I exposed a married man to his wife after he lied to me for weeks. So I'm 33 and just got back into dating after taking a year off to work on myself. I'd been through so many terrible relationships that I needed time to figure out what I actually wanted in a partner. I downloaded a dating app and started swiping. Most guys were boring or gave me weird vibes, but then I matched with this guy, Jake. He was 32, had a good job, loved hiking, and actually knew how to hold a conversation. We started texting constantly and he seemed perfect. He'd send me good morning texts, ask about my day, remember little things I mentioned. We talked about our favorite movies, our families, our goals. He told me about his marketing job and his golden retriever named Buddy. After 2 weeks of talking every single day, he asked me out on a real date. I was so excited. Finally, a normal guy who wasn't playing games. But something in my gut told me to do a quick social media check before meeting him. I'm usually not the type to stalk people online, but I'd been burned before. I found his Instagram pretty easily. His profile was private, but I could see his profile picture. Then I found his Facebook. That's when my stomach dropped. His relationship status said married. I kept scrolling and there were pictures of him with a woman named Amy and a little girl who looked about 5 years old. Family beach photos, birthday parties, the whole thing. I felt sick. This guy had been texting me romantic stuff while he had a whole wife and kid at home. I showed my best friend Lauren and she told me to block him immediately. But I couldn't stop thinking about his wife. She had no idea her husband was on dating apps trying to cheat. So I came up with a plan. We already had a date scheduled for Thursday at this Italian place downtown. I texted Jake and confirmed I was still coming. He sent back a bunch of excited messages about how he couldn't wait to finally meet me in person. Thursday came and I got to the restaurant early. I wore a nice dress and did my makeup, not for him, but because I wanted to look confident for what I was about to do. Jake showed up right on time, looking nervous and happy. We sat down and ordered drinks. He kept trying to hold my hand across the table and telling me how beautiful I looked. I played along for about 20 minutes, acting interested and laughing at his jokes. Then I pulled out my phone. "So Jake, tell me about your daughter," I said casually. His face went completely white. He started stuttering, asking what I was talking about. I showed him the Facebook photos on my screen. "This is you, right? With your wife Amy and your daughter?" He tried to lie at first, saying that was his sister and niece. I just stared at him until he gave up. Then he switched tactics and started with the typical cheater excuses. His marriage was basically over. They were only staying together for their daughter. His wife didn't understand him. I let him finish his pathetic speech. Then I told him I'd already sent screenshots of all our conversations to Amy through Facebook Messenger, along with the photos from his dating profile. I'd done it right before he arrived. Jake's face turned red and he started yelling at me, calling me crazy. The waiter came over looking concerned. I calmly stood up, grabbed my purse, and walked out while he was still sitting there freaking out. Amy messaged me back an hour later thanking me. She said she'd suspected something was going on but didn't have proof until now. She was filing for divorce. Jake sent me about 50 angry texts that night calling me every name in the book before I blocked him. My friends think I'm a hero. His wife is free from a cheater and I saved myself from wasting any more time on a liar.